Hello everyone. Today I am with very special guest. I would say one of closest to our heart, closest to our brain, closest to our LN system. Today I am with Pragati Modi, who is first or I would say second year student of LN Bengaluru. I would say that when the students were not believing in the LN system in the south, that time they took initiative and they took admission into the LN for the JEE preparation. So, hello Pragati.
Hello sir. Thank you for this warm welcome.
After so many years, we are interacting and we are meeting. So, I would definitely wanted to know few things related to your academic journey when you were there as a student. After that, you did your IIT. After that, you joined your Google. Then you are in the Pinterest. So, wanted to know the entire journey. So you have to share some interesting thing so that the student who is going to listen this interaction, they feel motivated, they feel excited or guided, I would say.
Yeah.
So that is what the interaction purpose today is. So first and foremost, I wanted to know how the thought process of LN joining in 2017 came and what was your experience during 2 years.
Right. So I think in 2017, I just graduated 10th grade and I was looking, 2015 is when I joined, and Alan just opened very close to my place, and I think while all the other coaching institutes in the country, or in Bangalore at least, were offering add-on classes or courses along with school or just it was additional load. Alan was more intriguing because it was all integrated. So there was more focus on the subjects I really wanted to study, which was PCM. So that was very nice, and also I really liked the fact that I had to go to the coaching only 4 days a week. So I had 3 days off essentially. So that was nice. But I think so that I mean, in hindsight, I'm here. I keep visiting Alan whenever I come to Bangalore, and I meet my teachers after such a long time. All of them that study this place brings back a lot of memories. It's a very nostalgic thing for me, and I think the whole integrated experience was also really good because 4 days a week. Although I was studying the subjects I really wanted to study, at least for JEE and all of that, and then there were more focused sessions on towards JEE, towards all of these subjects, and that gave me a lot of time to even study on my own, or gave me that time to breathe. Besides Alan, if it's people say that you have to study 16 hours a day for JEE. Maybe that's not true. You study as much as you need to, which is what this integrated system provides, and then beyond that, you still get a little bit of time to chill with your family, pursue your hobbies a little bit. So I think that really drove that decision.
So one thing I remember, in 11th grade, you are not that much of serious.
Yeah.
It was very difficult to understand that where you are going. Maybe your parents were very much regular to us behind you. They used to come, they used to discuss what is going on, क्या चल रहा है, प्रगति कुछ करेगी कि नहीं करेगी. But all of a sudden in the 12th, things have changed like anything. What was the motivation behind that? Because most of the students did this mistake.
I see.
When they are in the 11th, they are not that much of serious, but they are even not understanding what has to be done, right?
Yeah.
And when they are in the 12th, then seriousness, some of the students got such seriousness.
Yeah.
Means what was the motivation behind that with you?
I think so. 11th grade, you just come out of school, right? So it's a different system altogether. You don't, because in school you're going through different subjects all day long, and you're doing multiple things. So in Alan, it's okay, you have only 3 subjects all the time, and then you have so much free time on your hands, and you don't know what to do with it, right? So initially, it's not that serious because JEE is not around you. So it's fine, ठीक है, एक टेस्ट खराब हो गया, next वाला देखी जाएगी. So that's how it goes. But I mean, thankfully all my teachers were very persistent and they saw my potential and they valued me. So I think when I was making mistakes, or I mean, it's a process, right? You learn along the way. It's a journey for 2 years. So when I was making mistakes, I had teachers like you and all my other subject teachers also who were, who would hold my hand and be like, okay, you can focus better on these areas and probably don't ignore, chemistry as much, or just don't be focused on math. So I think that guidance from teachers and that feedback, that constant feedback that I had really helped, and it also kept my motivation going. So as JE came and I realized like most of my mistakes, it was very helpful that after papers, everyone would sit and analyze the papers and like if it's not about okay, even if you scored like the highest marks, at some point the mistakes that you make essentially are the ones that count towards the end result, right? So sitting through those mistakes, understanding that feedback of those mistakes, why you lost certain marks or why things didn't go as well. I was like topping one exam and probably somewhere in the 15th or 20th rank in the next exam. So I had these variations all the way. Sometimes you're also distracted. It's fine. It's just that once you're in touch with your teachers, I think the AIIMS system is so well integrated, and it's such a good feedback loop that once you are in touch with your teachers and all these mistakes that you make, they that feedback loop, it gives you that sense of okay, this can be done better, and then you somewhere have it in your mind, because if you're so focused on studying, or if your preparation is so focused, then you're bound to not repeat those mistakes. So I think that was the entire journey from like 11th to 12th and how I got a little more serious.
Here I wanted to know what was the support and emotional support, I would say, because academic support you would be getting from the LN.
Yeah.
What was the emotional support at that point of time your parents had given, right? And because today's situation, social media has gone like anything, right?
Yeah.
Even a student, more than a student, parents are busy, right?
Yeah.
So at that point of time, what was the support and how it helped you to make yourself more confident?
Yeah. So I think, again, all my teachers and parents were also constantly in touch. So, if it's like you're spending half your time here and half your time there, so both of them want to know what if they're blindsided on either side, right? So the fact that they were always in touch also made them realize that okay, if there is something that they can do better at home, like give me my own separate room to study, or give me my own space, or if I'm saying no to family functions, or if I'm saying no to things that you're just supposed to show up to, that's fine. My parents sort of let go of those expectations of me, and they gave me that space to sit and focus and sort out my priorities. And also the fact that they were always in touch with my teachers and with my results and all of that, it sort of created that okay, if there's vacuum, like for example, there was this time when I joined Allen, and we had a really good math teacher, and then they left a couple of months out, right? And we didn't have a math teacher for a while. So that created that vacuum, and math being my favorite subject, it was actually very demotivating for me at that point, right? And then reached out to Allen management, and we had that conversation. So you told me that okay, you can go to Kormangla for the math classes, and I found an amazing teacher there. So that was, even though that situation wasn't very sustainable for a while, but it was very good because I also got to interact with a different method of teaching, and that vacuum that was created, I got more perspective in my preparation. And the fact that all of this happened so fast that I was demotivated, a week later we're like, okay, fine, this is the solution, let's figure it out. And my parents also came and spoke to you about all of this. So it was very nice to have that kind of support system, and that really made me feel like okay, people do care about this and people do care about what I want, and that also kept me motivated.
Yeah, actually in LN system, the incident what has happened with the batch of Pragati, that because of medical emergency that was happened. But see, here in LN system, for us, priority is children, right? See, for us, it's a day-to-day job operation things, but for students, this is a precious time. It will never come in their life back, right? So because of that, we always try that what best can be given for you people. See, say something about your IIT journey, that you did your IIT from IIT Hyderabad, and then your professional journey where you joined first company and where you are right now and how the life is going on.
Yeah. So
Why I wanted to know, because see, student, they are not able to understand that if they are going to get a good college, if they are passed out from a good college, then what would be the life? See, if today they are enjoying, tomorrow they are going to struggle.
Yeah.
But if today they are struggling or working hard, tomorrow would be very bright.
Yeah. So I think I did my 11th and 12th at Allen, and then thankfully I graduated to join IIT Hyderabad for electrical engineering. I did my BTech there from 2017 to 2021. And after that, I went on to join Google as a software engineer. I worked there for about 3.5 years or so, and then currently I'm a software engineer at Pinterest in the US. I think the overall journey has been great. IIT was, I think, some of the best years of my life. You make a lot of friends. It's a very closed ecosystem. You get to participate in a lot of clubs and activities. I went on to the inter-IIT sports tournaments also. I played basketball there. And then I made some really great friends. And these are like, lifelong friendships that you kind of keep on. And these are lifelong memories because you have fests, you have, all these events, all these like entrepreneurship events, you have tech events, you have cultural events, and people are insanely talented, and you meet insanely smart, talented people. And I think one of the best things IIT provides you is that concentration of all those smart and talented people in a closed system. And the fact that, and it's not even just your own college. In the US, we have this inter-IIT association, like a pan-IIT association.
Oh yeah.
So they also have events. So I have a lot of friends who are like not from my own college, but like, just because you have that common IIT base, you also get to have a very wide network of that alumni also. Wow. So it's a very, very good thing. And then and this pan IIT, there they organize some picnics and some events like that. So that it carries with you somewhere in life. You come across that, I think there's a lot. The 2 years I worked hard, I struggled, I cried, I had fun, whatever. It was something. Yeah. But I think it opened me up to like a lot of opportunities, a lot of people, a lot of networks, and that potential is sort of unmatched, I think, with most institutions.
Nowadays, social media engagement with the kids has gone at to level.
Yeah.
Up at your time, I think in 2015, 16, 17, it was not that much.
Yeah.
What suggestion or guidance I think you wanted to give to all these kids who is listening this interview, that what should be, how it has to be controlled, what should be the motivation behind that they can control it?
Yeah, I personally, I think you have that phase as a teenager.
Because as a working, you are also using nowadays.
Yeah.
And believe me, in the same age, all the students are using this.
Yeah. So that's the thing. As a teenager, as a young adult, you tend to be very attracted to these things, and especially when all your peers are using this. But I would say that essentially at the end of the day, social media algorithms are designed to keep you addicted. They're not giving you any value for that reason. And I think the sooner you understand this, the better. I had these phases even at work. I think Allen was some of my most focused years because as you let these social media things seep into your life, your focus becomes more fragmented. And that doesn't serve any purpose. So right now, I'm like, I don't use social media as much. I don't have any of these social media apps installed on my phone either. It's just, it's not of any use. If you want to talk to your friends, if you want to chat with your friends, meet them in person. or meet your family in person, or just call someone up if you want to talk to them, and so that you get that time block and you finish it right there, and then you can get back to whatever you were into. Because at the end of the day, this kind of preparation or this timeline, you don't get it back. And these years, if you can pull it off, being focused, you can always sort of use that as evidence even to yourself later in life, that I kind of got through this with such deep focus and such a dedicated focus, that even if, let's say, you stray along the path sometime, you'll be back, and you can use that as evidence to always fuel your journeys.
Yeah. So very, very important things she has discussed now. Because in the student life, definitely you all should be away from the social media and unnecessary things. She's even now not using when she's a lot of time to do all those things. Means the student who is not able to understand the value of time, they should understand more this point, that at this point of time, what is important and what is not important. I think it's very important. I just wanted to know, what are the memories which you carried from the Allen Bengaluru? Is it working somewhere, or is it helping you just to making you confident, or somewhere just to share something and then we close it?
Oh, it's a very, very great, I think, confidence boost. Always, like, whenever I come back, I'm always greeted with great enthusiasm with from my teachers and everyone else. So that's always great to see. And I think I made some of my really best friends at Allen. So those friendships are also carrying with me for my life right now. So that's great. And even the whole preparation and grill and grind that you go through, it seems like a lot at that point of time. But I mean, looking back, I think it's one of the things I'm very proud of. It's one of the things, again, I can always use as evidence to myself that, I got through this. I can be dedicated. I can be focused if I need to be. And that's very important. And I think Allen was great. All the support from my teachers, all the doubt sessions that we had, after every class. And I'm kind of someone who, if I get stuck in a problem, I will never leave my teachers, or I will never leave it until I can get it solved. And that's what we beat our heads together for hours if I was stuck on a problem, getting it solved. So that ecosystem where you're not judged, and when you're let to be as original and as as whatever you want to be, and whatever your method of learning is. I was in another branch earlier, and then in the last 6 months I transferred here, and I was sitting here in the conference room 8 to 8 and I was just studying, and I had a couple of friends, so it wasn't like you're just sitting and studying all the time. But I remember those times, because sometimes, you're sitting and solving problems together, and then some friends are like, okay, chal sandwich kha ke aate hain, or something. So those memories, those friendships, and it's always a thing that once you go through trauma with someone, you become much better friends with them.
Yeah.
So I think if you want to call Allen that trauma, sure, but I think those are some of the best memories in my life, and some of my best friendships, deepest friendships have actually evolved from here. So it's very great. And even the network right now, even the alumni network that you have, because you have people who go into different colleges, different branches, right? So you still get a lot of that network back, and it doesn't seem like a lot right now, or maybe even in a couple of years, but I think right now, especially being in the US, being away from my family, it really compounds, and it really comes back to you. That's been great. Yeah.
Great. It was great conversation with Pragati. I think these were the student when we used to be very much connected to each other in the initial days, because hand-picked students were there, and we used to take the classes directly. But yes, currently also the situation is same.
Yeah.
But yes, that much connection is not there. But yes, congratulations again, and all the very best for your bright future.
Thank you, sir.
God bless you,
Thank
beta.
Yeah.
Thank you.